What up, Reasoners? When measuring effort, some things aren't physical. A lot of it is research, work done, work redone, multiple times like this script, and sometimes thrown away. The drive to keep going, to keep working on it, and to keep trying until you hit those goals you're looking for is worth celebrating. You don't have to have a mountain of shown work to show your effort is worth something. Sometimes the time you've put in is enough. Before the English branch debuted, Hololive wanted to extend its reach to a few other locations. One of those branches it reached out to was Indonesia. While they only debuted 3 people, those 3 did their best to make it count. Ayunda Risu, Muna Hoshinova, and Irani Iofi had their debut stream spoken in 3 languages to cater to everyone who was watching, although one of them went a little nuts in November of the same year she debuted. Ayunda Risu was the first to debut in Hololive Indonesia. She gained some traction with her first streams after debut involving Stardew Valley with a flair of voice acting. She had some decent growth in the beginning, but what put her a bit more on the map was when she started Nonstop Nut November, a short series before shorts were a feature on YouTube. It was a daily content piece she uploaded throughout all of November, and on the 10th day, anyone who was subscribed to her channel got notified of a King cover, as well as another Nut video. She wasn't done after November ended. She also gave us Devour Donut December, every day of the month. This gained her a boost of subscribers near the end of November and the start of December. On the 30th of December, she also released a cover of Snow Halation before the donut video came out. This type of daily content brings people back to her channel and pushes her in the algorithm. They were small pieces of digestible content people could wake up to and watch like a TikTok. She didn't stop there. She gave us more for March Soundboard and All Ayunda April, giving us these gems that I don't know if anyone's created something with. Then in November of 2021, she gave us Nonstop Nut November again. December 2021 was a little bit different. She sang Padoru however she wanted for all of December. Finally, and a large caveat on the word finally, she came back again with Nonstop Nut November in 2022, with no signs of stopping this year. Even more, like Fubuki and Toa, Risu finds affectionate stuff to be a bit embarrassing. She didn't want to do a traditional style of ASMR, so she did a unique kind with bells, keyboard typing, coins, and bubble wrap. She's so embarrassed by it, she hid 3 different rewards behind a $1,000 donation. She never expected it to actually go off. She never expected it to be used. But one mad lad named Six unlocked all 3 of them. Risu has been on the content grind with a year's worth of daily content, and something signature to her character as a squirrel that she hasn't stopped working on yet. At the time of this recording, Risu still doesn't have 1 million subscribers. I see your effort, squirrel. Keep it up. Let's continue from where we left off with our next talent. Takanashi Kiara, also known as Takanashi Kiwawa, put her feet forward and dove headfirst into collabs as soon as the collab ban was lifted. The first person she collaborated with was Ozora Subru as a Holobird off collab at Subru's house while playing Untitled Goose Game. Sasuga Kiara-chan! As of the recording of this video, she has had 158 collaborations from online, offline, talk shows, games, and language classes. She has managed to collaborate with other ENV tubers outside of Hololive like Pomerainpuff and Nyanners. She has even collaborated with her mother in Minecraft. Kiara is making the most of her connections through Hololive by collaborating with everyone, even when she's sick. Dedicated to delivering content like a pineapple pizza to Subaru's door, she created a soundboard of responses for a collab stream she had planned instead of canceling it. That wasn't the first time she created content while being limited by it. Kiara's channel was accidentally banned by YouTube less than 3 months after debut for spam and content that encourages dangerous and illegal activities that risk serious physical harm. She didn't do anything to cause this. It was merely another day of YouTube's autobonk system slipping up and enacting safety measures. While some see it as an inconvenience to move on from, she took a few pages from her lore and character traits to rise from her ashes as a phoenix with another debut stream. This was an entirely new piece of content presented to the mainstream. I haven't seen anyone yet on YouTube take part of their personality, character, or brand to create a piece of content from being banned aside from taking shots at YouTube for their mistakes. Even more, this added a little bit to her lore. Every time she dies, she loses part of her memory. She didn't know who Callie was, and this prompted some very feelsy and emotional fan arts. If someone was the bridge between JP and EN through memes and cursing, Kiara was the bridge for EN to JP. We already know who the JP girls were. We love them for who they are. Some clippers helped with seeing the other sides to them, but Kiara's talk show was the perfect method to connect us. She took questions from the community and presented some of those during the talk show. She's the second person to have Yago as a main guest on a piece of content for their channel. A few times in the past he made appearances, but only as a celebration video, a single content piece, or a soundboard. If that isn't enough for you, she doesn't stop trying to interact with her fans. She cares heavily about all of them, and she wants to make sure there's no misconceptions or misinformation. She's not afraid to tell her chat when it's time to stop something. When the fantasy and jokes have become too much of a headcanon, it starts to negatively affect the regular community. She wants everybody to have a good time, so when she does this, know she does it out of love and care. For her first live on her 2nd birthday, she contacted Kanauru to create a stage and Ame to help with the mocap studio. She wanted to give her fans the entire experience and set up Wotage, a type of cheer guide for individual songs at idol concerts. Yen hasn't had their own concert for birthdays, and aside from Gura, there haven't been any anniversary concerts. With all the work she puts in, I hope to see her on the main stage with the full tech that Hololive can offer, and a concert for her in the future. Well, that happened. It's like I predict the future or something. So much for not having one. For the most part, each talent I've mentioned has had a catalog of content they offer that has changed the landscape, a new type of content never seen before, or pushed out enough content to be a regular YouTuber. Something that can only be shown with account age and upload age is the effort someone has put in with their time. And it has been a long time. Tokino Sora has been with the company for over 5 years now. She is the reason Yago doesn't have a waterfall of tears. She has struggled to get this far. Debuting near the tail end of the Heavenly Four, only 13 people watched her debut in September of 2017. And she had a 100 subscriber special with a lightly updated model before the year's end. Sora had roughly 247,000 subscribers after 2 years of work with the company before Fubuki passed her, and she never caught up. When Gura hit 1 million subscribers, Sora had just under 500,000 subscribers. This would discourage many people, but Sora refused to quit. She tried to stream on every platform possible to get herself out there early on, but it didn't give her a boost compared to her Christmas stream, which was a combination of technical issues and luck. She has made 2 anime appearances. She has always been incredibly supportive of her fellow talents and love all of her fans. All her work has paid off, and she's one of the most respected talents in the VTuber idol industry. Hololive would not be here today if she had given up early on. I highly recommend watching Soratomo's project video, Tokino Sora from high school girl to super idol, to hear more about her motivations to becoming an idol and her entire journey. I'll have it linked in the description. A-chan, originally known as Friend A, was there supporting her from the very beginning, and has been a very integral part of the company, and I want to thank her as well. If there's one thing I want to showcase from her, it would be Sora's 2nd solo live performance. A performance separate from an anniversary stream or birthday stream that usually has collaborators and a few solo songs. This is a concert just for them and about them. She sang 19 songs during that concert. We're lucky to have Sora in our lives. She's an icon to the VTuber and idol community, and I hope we can all cherish her efforts until the end of her run. We thank you for all of your efforts, Sora. There's one person who contributed to the final push in the VTuber sphere, one who contributed multiple times in the background to set the world of VTubing to the main stage. Come on. Kiryu Coco, wait, she's here? Kiryu Coco joined the 4th generation of Hololive at the tail end of 2019. Then she took it out of 2019 and shoved it the right way into 2020, giving them the dose that 2019 was too good for. One of the original reasons she was shared was because of the Asakoko news segments, which she made to keep you up to date on actual VTuber stuff while also making fun of some of the things around the community. She also talked about Project Melody because a lot of the other website content creators were a bit angry at her. But that's okay, because at the time they didn't understand, now they do. YouTube had fan closed captioning until July of that year, when they determined it was detrimental and counterproductive to YouTube, and removed the feature from fans. Some of her segments are still translated by fans through CC, but after that it was on her or the company. I'd like to state she did make a few of these. She made 142 news segments. These were memes in themselves. She wasn't with the company for more than 2 years, so she put out roughly 2 every week. The memes and jokes about Asakoko came from it. Her English helped her get noticed, but she didn't use a lot of it for the first 7 months of her career. The first time they looked at Reddit memes was on Hachima's channel in May of 2020, taking pages from r/dankmemes. On July 23rd of 2020, she made her first Reddit review based around Hololive memes. Memes she would understand more than the average American meme found on r/dankmemes. And she's able to share that with the JP audience. These gained more traction from the EN community since we had someone overseas who could understand and react to them with the added benefit of being with the company, so they were in on the fun firsthand. It wasn't too long after she felt the need to share this with her friends at the company, doubling down on the reactions so they can be in on the jokes as well. The fans love this, and memes were generated by the community at an exponential rate in the hopes that they'll get shared on these streams. Most of the growth came after the announcement of Holo EN, and most of the mixed language language streams came after EN's debut. Coco's influence to bring EN VTubers to us was backed by the Clippers. Krone and Fubuki were growing rapidly just after she joined, and the views on the stream reflected it. Coco does deserve credit for helping push EN VTubers for Hololive, but it would have gotten there eventually. Those Reddit reviews helped connect the EN audience to the JP audience even after EN's debut. Each new person she brought on stream was another person we eagerly awaited to hear laugh at the memes, as the memes had made us laugh. Coco also created 28 various meme posts, including green screens people could use as a meme, and with the exception of one that I have in my favorites, I've never seen anyone actually do anything with them. Despite not putting out a lot of music, she enjoyed singing every moment of it during karaoke streams. People don't think she sang much, but she sang 29 times for a rounded up average of about 2.5 hours per karaoke stream. Finally, she did the unthinkable. She was the first person to have Yago on her channel as a main content piece. Apart from using his voice as a soundboard for a meme review, Coco gave us a full interview with Yago as one of her final parting gifts to the fans. She asked him all the questions we had, from memes to business, personal from his life, to thoughts about the talents. For her final stream, she invited every generation in the company to come on and have a chat, ending with a live performance of Good Morning Weather Hackers. All 4 of them are another great example of the work Hololive talents put in to provide a fun experience while watching their stream or viewing any of the videos they upload as part of their regular YouTube content. A lot of their work is done with care, love, and a goal to entertain their audience. There's one more talent I'd like to mention. Amane Kanata is almost fully deaf in one ear, and she continues to push herself to sing, going to tons of lessons to make sure she can stay on key. Anyone who has heard their own voice know it doesn't sound the same in tone or pitch, so with an ear almost completely out of the game, she persists with her lessons to deliver a performance. I'm unsure if there will be a part 3. Part 3 depends on how much research I could find. It could be anywhere from 3 months to 2 years, depending on the content current or future talents may put out and what I can research. Even with all the information I have on some of these talents, I don't know if I'll ever get it all, especially with Kiara. The next 2 I'd like to talk about are Amane Kanata and Usada Pekora, but as I said, it's dependent on a catalog of their work. In the last video, I mentioned Callie and Marine needing more research, but in my research I discovered that I couldn't find a large enough catalog to align with the focus of this video. I realized after some thought that what I wanted to talk about would fit in a different video for later, one that hopefully won't take as long to make, because this video took a lot to make. I had to double check everything multiple times. I didn't want to get anything wrong, and there will be some people in the comments who've told me I've made a mistake, and I welcome it. Thank you for helping me out. I love the community, I love hearing from you guys, and I'm glad you're able to help me. I learn from it and grow to become a better person. Thank you all for joining me on this side of the universe.
Bye!